if you all know, have you all, I mean, I'm sure, I hope you all have played Mono Deal before. If you all know Mono Deal, there are some deals such as Force Deal, Steel Deal, just, I'll just go through them one by one and explain to you what each deal does. They can be used in the final auction to, for example, okay, so I'll start off with this thing. We have our forced, we have two force deals, two steel deals, two Jasenos, one 25 lakh steal from other person, and a 50% off in a second most expensive player. We'll have Hriday explaining to you how they go, and he'll be conducting the sponsorship round.
Welcome to the sponsorship round of Arthanomics 2020. This is a round where we try and express our appreciation towards the sponsors of Arthanomics itself, as well as we give you a chance to improve your own game in the auction that will take place tomorrow. Now, this auction will the sponsorship round will consist of a series of riddles, each tougher than the last, and these riddles will make you think. They will make you think about the concepts of cricket. They will make you enjoy it more. And they will basically see how deep your understanding is of the game of cricket. Now, our first round and the quizzes round tested your understanding of the cricket world. Our second round tested your auctioning skills and money management. Now, our third round will test your knowledge of the terminology, your logic, and your critical thinking power. How this quiz will work is that we will display the question. Each one of you will have 2 minutes to answer it. The first person to come up with the answer can raise their hand. The first person to raise their hand will be recognized. I'm sure all of you know how to use the raise hand feature. Can every participant right now just raise their hand once so that we know? All right, thank you. You guys will have to raise your hand at the beginning of every question. And yeah, that's it. So before we begin, I'd like to thank our title sponsor, Farm Easy. Unlike what I thought before, this wasn't something that helps you farm easily in your home, which was a little disappointing for me because I really wanted to grow watermelons in my bedroom. However, when I visited the Farm Easy app, I realized that this was something which was a lot better and something which I needed a lot more than watermelons in my bedroom. So Farm Easy is basically an app, for those of you who do not know what it is, that delivers medicines to your house at a much lower cost at what they give you at your local pharmacies. They have amazing discounts, brilliant customer service. Do check it out. With that, let's move on to our first question. Sorry, before we move on to our first question, we will have the host of Powerplay himself and the lead model for Arthanomics, Aryan Sangvi, just explain what each and every deal is, how that deal will help you in the auction.
Okay, so we have, I'll just give you a list of the deals. Y'all can write it down if you all want. Y'all can just, this thing. We have two force deals. We have two steel deals. We have two just say nos. Like I said, we have a 25 lakh, a 25 lakh steel and a 50% off your most expensive player. Okay, basically your force deal is where if a person has gotten a player, so we'll go category by category, right? You start off with your category 1, your category 2. At the end of the batsman, for example, I can use my force deal to steal any category 1, from category 1 to category 1, category 2 and category 2, and category 3 to category 3. I can use any of that within each category to steal another player of my choice from any other team. Do you all get that? Okay, so then we also have a steal deal, and it's once I steal, so I exchange. It's an exchange. Okay, the force deal. My steal deal is so for example, if I bid 10 crores for Virat and nobody else bids, and I get Virat for 10 crores. At that moment, whoever uses the steal deal, for example, if Sayak, you have the steal deal and you use it at that moment, you can steal Virat from me at 10 crores. Okay. You also have a just say no. For those of you who've played Monopoly deal, you all know a just say no is basically a rejection of any other deal. So if, for example, Sayak, you stole the Virat from me and I had a just say no deal with me, I could just bring it out and say, I'm using my just say no, and you can't use the deal you want to. We also have a 25 lakh deal because we're 8 of us. So if I use the 25 lakh deal, I get 25 lakhs added to my kitty from every player. I can just use that whenever I want to. Also, I have 50% of your second most expensive player. And that is basically at the end of the auction, you get 50% off your second most expensive player. Also, yeah, we'll just pass it on to Hriday. I'll just have my Eureka Forbes waterproof purified water now.
Thank you, Aryan. I'm sure you must have had an amazing experience having that, given how well Eureka Forbes purifies their water. And another amazing decision that Eureka Forbes made was sponsoring Arthanomics. So we would really like to thank them for that, and recommend to all of you to use Eureka Forbes. We will begin now. That's enough with the sponsors for now. We will begin with our first question. These riddles are really exciting, intriguing. They will tickle your mind, and our content creation team has really put a lot of thought into them. So let's begin. Riddle number 1. Riddle number 1.
It's a 2-minute timer, okay, guys?
Riddle 1. He's the delivery man at day, but when the sun goes down, he strikes before the other hitters play, just to guard the gates in town. And we have Nikunj who has raised his hand. Nikunj, you can unmute yourself and answer the question.
Night watchman.
And that is correct. The answer is the night watchman. A night watchman in cricket is a batsman, a bowler, who goes before the batsman at the end of the day, just to make sure that the batsmen do not tire themselves out. Correct answer, night watchman it is.
Sorry, one thing we completely forgot to mention. Our force deals and our just say no's are category A. So you can't get 2 category A deals. So you can get a total of 2 deals, but they can't be 2 category A deals.
Basically, if you've answered the first question, you cannot answer the next 3 questions.
Okay, so if I have answered riddle 1, I cannot answer riddle 2, 3, 4.
No, and you don't even know which deal is which deal you've got. So that's also we'll PC it. You don't worry.
So I cannot answer, right? The next 2 or 3 riddles.
The next 3 riddles. We will let you know when the category has started.
Okay, sure.
Number of deals per participant is 2 deals per participant, and it's limited to only 1 category A deal per player. Now, before we move on to the next round, I would like to thank our partner, Colors Infinity. A lot of people have told me that I have a really beautiful voice, and for some reason, they all seem to mute themselves whenever I start singing. However, some place that actually where that showcases good talent and good voices is the stage, which you can watch exclusively on Colors Infinity. Please do check out their channel. They have some amazing shows. I am really hooked onto that channel. And please don't watch Netflix. Our next question number 2. The batsman didn't get to hit a Donald who was no hero. His partner's fault cost him a bit. His precious stone really worth 0. Tesla 004 has.
Is it Alan Donald?
Over to you. Sorry?
Is it Alan Donald, the bowler?
I can't hear you.
Is it Alan Donald, the bowler?
That is incorrect. We have SAP 001 raise their hands.
Does this refer to duck out? Bean duck.
That is close but incorrect. We have Anurag Somani.
Is it a bouncer?
That is also incorrect. We have up next. I'm sorry if that's how your name is pronounced. If you could unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, is
Can
it
I
me?
answer?
No. It's Basil's turn next, followed by you.
Is it a golden duck?
Sorry.
Is it a golden duck?
That is again pretty close, but also incorrect. We will move on to we will move on to Motorola Solutions.
Run out for a golden duck without playing a ball.
Sorry.
Getting run out for a golden duck without playing a ball.
Okay, that is very correct. That is basically correct. If you could just give me the name, the technical term for it.
What will be the technical term?
Because you're so close, you know what? I'll give you a hint. It's a precious stone. Gold is not a precious stone, but what is a precious stone?
Stone will be diamond.
Okay, Aryan, you want to give it to him?
He said the definition, so I think we should give it to him. He did say the definition.
That is correct. The term we were looking for was diamond duck.
That.
Golden duck is when a batsman gets out on the first ball that he plays. However, like the participant said, when a batsman gets out without playing a single ball, that's a diamond duck. We have our next question, riddle number 3. He's protected but not a keeper. He's right in the batsman's face, coming closer to keep the pressure steeper. You're standing in an idiotic place. We have a few participants who raised their hands. Let's start with Sayak, who's raised his hand, followed by SAP.
Is it forward leg?
That is incorrect. We have SAP 001.
The cover.
That is, sorry, what did you say?
The cover. The man standing next to the wicketkeeper.
That is also incorrect. Anurag is up next.
Excuse me. Actually, Anurag has left. Like, there's a Anurag has left by mistake. The call.
Oh no, he joined again.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Anurag, you're up next.
umpire.
That is also incorrect.
Can I answer again?
Sure, raise your hand and we will recognize you. But SAP 001 goes next.
I already answered incorrectly.
Okay, then please lower your hand if you've done that. We have Sayak, who's also raised his hand.
It's a silly point.
That is correct. The answer is silly point. The keyword to look out for in this riddle was standing in an idiotic place. Idiotic, silly are words that are related, synonymous. So that's the word we were looking for. Before we move on to our next riddle, let's talk about our sanitation partner, Eureka Forbes. In today's day and age, it's important to be well sanitized, and sanitation is a huge issue that we have to tackle. And one company that's really been improving the scene in India is Eureka Forbes. So yes, that's Eureka Forbes, our sanitation partner for Arthanomics 2020. Riddle number 4. I moved fast, I moved long, right under his feet. Like Burger King, I deliver. Right on the line, I'm hard to beat. We have SAP 001 who's raised their hand.
Yorker ball.
That is correct. It's a Yorker. A Yorker is a ball that hits the batsman, that reaches the batsman right under his feet. It's called the king of all deliveries, and it's usually very hard to play. Um, Now let's talk about our
Who got riddle 4? I'm so sorry. Who got riddle 4?
SAP 001.
Okay.
Now, it's not that I usually don't mind having Maggie and bread for dinner. However, ever since I have discovered Fresh Away Food, my entire life has changed because this is a company that delivers food straight to your door, and the quality of food, the feeling of it's like I'm having food that I'm, but it's also food that I've ordered outside. It has that level of taste. So, Fresh Away Food, our meal partner for Arthanomics 2020. Our next question is brought to you by Fresh Away Food. 3 old ladies to seal your fate, and they're walking aids that stand up straight. Once it snips, there's no reason to wait. When it's down, you're out, mate. We have 4 people who raised their hand. Okay, we have confident participants. Let's go with Nikunj first.
It's the wickets.
That is also correct. The 3 old ladies and their walking aids clearly talks about the sticks that are your wickets. And once it snips, once the bail snips, you are out. And there is no reason waiting on the pitch because it's non-debatable. Up next, we have our 5th riddle.
And who got this one? Sorry.
I got it. Like
Nikunj? Okay.
Yeah, Nikunj got our 4th riddle. Okay. Now I want to tell you a story. Basically, 5 minutes ago, it was my birthday, and Aryan came up to my house with this really huge gift. So I was pretty excited to find out what it was. And it turns out that he had gifted me toilet paper with cricketers' faces on it. So not only was it uncomfortable to use, it felt like a pretty useless gift until the pandemic struck and there was a toilet paper crisis, and suddenly this was the most valuable commodity in the world. And I couldn't wait to see Sachin and Kohli and the rest of the Indian cricket team every day. However, I realized that I have a jet spray in my bathroom, so the gift was pretty much useless. Don't make the same mistake Aryan did, and turn to our gifting partner, Elan Accessories, and make sure that the gift you give your best friend is not toilet paper. Our next riddle number 5. Former slave against his master. I was born in 1882. Rises from this disaster. They will still be put to the test. Who knew? Harshita, we have Harshita going first.
Ashes.
That is also correct. The Ashes Test series between England and Australia, a former English colony, was started in 1882. The Ashes still continue to this date, and both teams fight to take the Ashes trophy back home. It is said that the ashes in the cup, the Ashes Cup, are the actual ashes of the burnt up wickets, and it symbolizes the pride of both nations. It's one of the biggest test series we have, and that's the Ashes. Now we will have riddle number 6. I may be old and grey, but I'm feeling the pressure. Might raise my bat in a few minutes. Sachin made me famous, but I made him lesser. Harshita has raised her hand.
Vinod Kambli.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
But Harshita can't give answer, right? She has given the previous answer.
Yeah. Can I can
Okay, yeah, she has already answered one before, so we will not accept that. But anyways, it was incorrect.
Yeah, what is
Has Motorola answered a previous one?
No, they're allowed. They're
answered.
allowed 2 deals. They're allowed 2 deals.
Okay.
I answered 2.
We will take Motorola next.
Is it MS Dhoni?
That is also incorrect.
Okay.
We have Sayak Malik up next.
it's MRF, I think.
That is also incorrect.
Okay.
Let's remember the round is about cricket terminology. That's what we are focusing on. We have Motorola. Have you raised your hand again, or did you lower it?
Yeah, I have raised my hand.
Okay. Yeah. So do you want to answer or not?
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
Virendra Sehwag.
That is incorrect. Please keep in mind what I just said about what our focus of the sponsorship round is. We have Saif Malik up next.
Sorry, I left it.
Yeah, all our answers are cricket terminology. I'll give you guys a hint. Might raise my bat refers to a century, and it's in a few hits. So I have not reached a century yet. So, and also, what is Sachin famous for? We have
100.
Yeah, I raised my hand. Can I do it?
Tesla. I'll recognize Tesla.
Yeah, it's 100 hundreds, or it's getting out at 99 for the most amount of times.
Sorry, could you say the second thing? And also, okay, you're only allowed one answer.
Okay, can I answer? I mean the second, getting out at 99 for the most amount of times.
Okay, Aryan, do you want to give him that? Because that's pretty close to. It's just the terminology is a little off.
No, it's still a little off. I think it's just not close enough. It's almost there.
It's getting the most amount of 99 outs, right? Sachin has the most
Cricketing.
So there's a term.
Yeah, there's a term for that.
Can I go for it?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Is it nervous 90s?
That is correct. Nervous 90s is a common cricketing term for when a batsman is in his 90s, old and grey. He is feeling the pressure to make a century. So usually this is the time where batsmen play slowly. He might raise his bat in a few hits, might finally reach that triple digit score of a century. And Sachin Tendulkar has the most centuries in cricketing history, but interestingly enough, also has the most dismissals in his nervous 90s. So Sachin has made the nervous 90s famous, but unfortunately, the nervous 90s is what made Sachin lesser in terms of his records. Now we have our final riddle of the day. Before we go to our final riddle, I want to talk about another gifting partner, Hamporio. Again, I'd like to reiterate, do not make the mistake Aryan did. And buy a good gift the next time it's someone's birthday. Choose Hamporio. Our final riddle of the day, riddle number 7. I do not hit nor do I deliver, but I still have to cover all patches. The lack of a helmet makes me shiver, but it said my actions win matches. We have Tesla 004 who's raised their hand.
Is it the umpire?
That is incorrect. We have Harshita.
Fielder.
And that is correct. It is often said that catches win matches, and the position responsible for that is a fielder.
Excuse me, just check. Harshita can give the answer because I don't think the 3 questions have been passed.
Riddle 4 or 5.
So it's a maximum of 2 sponsorship deals per participant. And given that Harshita's answered 1, we have let her answer another.
But you can't answer to the next 3 questions, right?
No. That was only the category A
four.
questions.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So only question 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
So the only people who catch are fielders and wicket keepers. However, this not wear a helmet, so the answer would be fielder. And we have reached the end of our sponsorship round. I would like to thank you all for taking part. This doesn't really necessarily determine the outcome of the game directly, but it definitely does give the players a huge advantage. So tomorrow, before the game itself, we will hand out the deals to the players. We will let them know what players they have. And I will let our host of Powerplay, Aryan Sangvi, take it up from here.
Okay, I won't take too much of your time. I just want to say thank you for coming. I understand there were quite a few issues. But you know what, bygones are bygones, and we would just really like to move on from here. And we just hope that you have a great experience, because at the end, that's what it's all about. No matter what happens before, it's all about y'all and how much fun you'll have. Just remember your deals. We also have it written, so we will remind y'all. Tomorrow is our most awaited round. We also have a stadium selection. So our stadium selection will be based on your quizzes ranks. So we have that as well. I think the time was 4 to 7. If I'm not wrong, if the time is 4 to 7, then please let's start by 3:45 so we can go home as fast as possible. So thank you guys for joining.
Just one thing before
Hey, I just have a doubt.
we
Yeah,
leave.
doubt too.
We will. So the thing is, our final auction is a lot more complex than what we did for the elimination auction. We have it's not what our main focus is making a good team, because it's not just the quality of the players that matters, but there are a lot more factors like Aryan said. Can the stadium support the players you have, or whether is your stadium is your team popular enough to attract crowds? So now Aryan will just walk you guys through each aspect of this quiz of this round tomorrow, just so that you guys are very clear on what the auction is about to be. And if you guys have any questions, now would be the time to ask him. So, Aryan, if you could just briefly, in 3-4 minutes, explain every aspect of the auction tomorrow.
Okay. So I'll explain it very briefly. We'll do it again, but just so that y'all also know. Basically, we have 5 ways of scoring, y'all. Okay, we have our regular player points. Obviously, this time we can't mention up the player points to you. We also have money left over. Again, we can't tell you. These two are our most vital and the closely guarded these things. Both are very important. Then we have our popularity score. Do you know, in an IPL team, sometimes you see they buy pretty much useless players, but who are extremely popular, because that's what it's all about when you're in an auction. I mean, it also matters how much money you make. So we have a popularity score. We'll be giving you the popularity score along with the player, because I understand it's subjective. So we'll be giving you that score. It's out of 10. We also have a batting and bowling score. Using the batting and bowling score of each player, obviously batsmen only have batting scores and bowlers only have bowling scores, and all-rounders have both. So using the batting scores and bowling scores, we'll calculate a compatibility ratio with your stadium. Now, this is slightly complicated, so just keep up, because compatibility score with the stadium is not that 100% is the best. So each stadium will have their own batting score and bowling score. So if my stadium's the percent, we'll calculate a percent. And if mine is 125% and yours is say 100%, one of yours, then I'm better than you, because 125 is better than 100%, right? So when I say compatibility score, I don't mean 100% is the best. We also have our stadium revenue. So based on the popularity of your team as a whole, we will be giving you the stadium revenue, because do you know, the big crowds only come when there are more popular players. So we'll also give you a table for that. And that's pretty much it. I think I mentioned all 5. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
On like some message or some PDF?
Yeah. So stadiums, so I'll be sending you all on the group right now only. So, and I'll be send you your personal ranks, just the relative ranks. So you'll know that I get to choose the stadium first, I get to choose it second. So you'll know which stadium y'all are going to be choosing. Also, we will reiterate this tomorrow in the morning. Also, I'll send y'all a message. Don't worry. And also, just about the stadiums, if your batting score is 50, okay, and let's say 50 is the highest, it means that you need good batsmen on that pitch. So it means it's a bowling pitch. Do you get that? This thing. So if 50 is the highest, then it means that you need better batsmen on that pitch. And if, let's say, the one batting scores 25 and one batting scores 50, it means that like in cricketing terms, 25 is your M Chinnaswamy or your Wankhede Stadium, and the Chidambaram, the Chennai Super Kings ground, where it's a highly heavy bowling pitch. That's your batting 50. Just so that you all could this thing. We'll be sending you all this. I'll send you all the stadium score by tonight. The stadium list by tonight, and then I'll send you a message as well.
Yeah, Aryan. So, like, I just had one doubt. Like, how are you going to calculate the player points? Is going to be based on.
So
their...
okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
our player points is based on your ICC rank. Okay, it's as simple as that. But not only does the ICC rank matter this time, it's just also the popularity score, which is a separate score by itself. Most of it is most of them are relative scores where you have to just beat the guy next to me. I just have to beat the other 7 people. So I don't have to have the best. I just have to have a better one.
Yeah, but my point is there are some IPL players who have never played international.
No, not IPL, not IPL. So we have mainly all ICC guys.
Oh, okay.
ICC, the ICC ODI rank, and after that we have put in a few high-level performing IPL players. We can't reveal the player points to you, but we have given their batting and bowling score where you can make an assumption as to how good or how bad we have rated them.
And would you be sending us a player list in
Yes.
advance?
I was just going to say a playlist will explain all those 3, the batting, bowling, and popularity scores to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, miss.
Thank you, man.